Denise Alvarado.
Here.
Thank you. María José Boto. Absent. Luis Cabello. Luis Cabello. Absent. Eric Cacao. Eric.
Present.
I don't see you, Eric. Now I see you. Thank you. Marcela Candelario. Absent. Daniel Carrillo.
Here I am.
Thank you. Leti Fiallos.
Present.
Thank you. Jocelyn González. Absent. Javier Elguero.
Hi.
Hello, Javier. Thank you. Claudia Mendoza.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Pablo Mora.
Present, teacher.
Thank you, Pablo. I don't see you, Pablo. Now I see you. Thank you. Luis Nieto.
Present, teacher. Good
Thank you,
afternoon.
Luis. Giovanni Ortega.
Present, teacher. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Scarlett Rivera.
Present.
Thank you. Wilson Serrano.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Hilary Toledo.
Hi, present.
Thank you. Melissa Velasco. Melissa. No se le escucha, Melissa. Milena Villacreces.
Teacher, Milena dice que tiene problemas con la conexión, pero que ya va a solucionar, que ya entre unos 2 minutos.
Okay, Pablo. Thank you very much. Okay, let me go again. María José Boto.
Here, mister.
Thank you. Luis Cabello. Luis Cabello. Marcela Candelario. Jocelyn González. That's it. Milena Villacreces.
Teacher.
Present. Hi.
Thank you, Milena. We can't see you. Giovanni, tell me. Oh, Giovanni's gone. Giovanni, what happened?
Yeah, teacher. The Melissa is here, the class. So now tell me the internet is bad. So the connecting in what moment?
Yeah, the microphone is bad. I see Melissa here.
Okay, okay.
Thank you, Giovanni. Milena is here too. Okay. Very good. Very good. We can begin. Please make sure your cameras are ready. I only have Denise Alvarado, who is using two devices. So one has the camera and the other doesn't. That's okay. No problem. And Daniel, I don't see Daniel.
I'm here, so I am eating right now. Just for that, I'm sorry.
All right, Daniel, I can give you a few minutes, but we need the camera on
Okay,
during the
thank you.
session. Melissa. No, Melissa is entering again. All right. All right, all right. Luis Cabello.
Mr. Stay here, Melissa.
Yes, I see you, Melissa. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Luis Cabello, are you here? Luis? He just entered. Okay, guys, we're about to start. So please, let's pay attention to the next topic we are going to cover in this class. There we go. All right, guys. So today's assignment is pretty much about practicing what we did on the previous session. All right. Remember on the last session, yesterday, we were learning about the different vocabulary words that we have regarding the food. Some of them were vegetables and fruits, others were the proteins, right? That was the vocabulary. We also practiced some listening and speaking. Okay, we shared some ideas, we did the flip grid activity, and we also did some reading about mood food. And we learned that carbohydrates and proteins, they each of them have a different effect in your brain. Okay, we learned that already, and we also identified some adjectives that people use in order to express their ideas. All right, that's the first part. Now, for today, you are going to work on your own, practicing this vocabulary that we have done before. Okay, so we have 3 vocabulary activities here that I want you to work again on your own because you already know the words. So in this part, you have you choose the word that is different. You have duck, salmon, chicken, lamb. One of these 4 is different, so you choose it. And you identify what the others are. Like they all are part of the same group of fruits or, well, depending on the list, right? So you have to check which one is not part of the list. You choose it, and all the others are something else, and they are part of the same group. Okay, that's the first activity. In the second activity, we have a crossword. Okay, you know what a crossword is? Well, this crossword is empty. You don't know what it is because I have to share a picture with you. So as you start activity 1A, I will be looking for the book where you can find the picture here, and I will project it on the screen. At the same time, I will be sharing this picture with you in the WhatsApp group. So you keep it for you. And the last activity is just about dragging the words depending on the right position that they correspond to. All right, please get started. This activity, well, if you follow the timer, each activity would take 10 minutes. So this would be 30-minute activity, but I don't think you're going to take that long. Okay, so get started, please.
Profe, en la primera actividad es en
Yes,
singular.
they are all fruit. I just sent you in the WhatsApp group the picture that you're gonna need for activity 1B. All right? Keep in mind that so you can do the activity properly. I believe I have a question. Tell me.
Yeah, sorry, but it's just that I don't get the exercise.
You don't get the first exercise?
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
All right, let me help you with the first one. Not the first one. Let's do random, number 5. So you open the list and you will see prawns, crab, beef, and mussels. One of the 4 is not part of the same group. So that's what you need to identify. Like, which one is different? You tell me, which one is different?
Beef?
Beef, right? Beef, which means that all the other 3, prawns, crab, and mussels, they are what? What's the category that will make them all together?
Fish and seafood?
Yeah, I would say it's just seafood, right? Because none of them are fish. Prawns, mussels, and what's the other one? And crab. They are seafood, but not fish. Fish is something different. Okay, so that's the idea. You simply have to identify which one is different. Like number 6, you have cucumber, courgette, cherry, and cabbage. One is different, and the other 3 are part of a different group. That's what you have to do in this.
Okay, thanks.
All right, you're welcome. Remember, 1B, in order to do 1B, you need to check the picture I sent you in WhatsApp. That's the full picture you need to follow. If you're not in the WhatsApp group, follow the link that was provided in the email you received yesterday.
Teacher, can you send again the picture, please?
Sure. Oh, you just entered.
Teacher,
Yes?
I don't understand the pics of the crossword.
The pictures of the crossword.
Yes.
We have them here. It's the same image.
Teacher, sorry, I don't understand the picture number 2.
You don't understand the pictures. Well, as you
The
can
number
see,
2.
yes, in number 2. Picture number 2, if I'm not mistaken, is a bread.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But remember, I mean, the important part is that you identify the adjective related to that picture, right? So number 1 down says grilled. Grilled means a la parrilla. That's grilled. And you have the grilled salmon here. Makes sense. Now 2 down. If you don't know how to do 2 down, then do 2 across, right? 2 across, and this picture is an egg, un huevo. So what kind of egg are you eating here? Okay, so you just have to identify this adjective related to the picture. The egg is cooked in a certain way, the bread is cooked in another way, and so on. You just have to make the relationship.
Teacher,
Tell me,
my time's up.
your what? Your time is up.
Yes.
So,
Can I repeat the crossword?
oh, I lost the picture, sorry. Yeah, I can see that most of you had trouble with the crossword. Yeah. The thing, Claudia, is that if I let you, I mean, you already know the answers, so it really makes no sense to repeat the activity. What we're gonna do right now is that we're gonna check. We're gonna check the answers so you know, because at the end, the objective is that you learn what we're doing, not just to complete the activity for a score. Although, how could you guys finish this so fast? Denise Alvarado terminó el crossword en 46 segundos. Explíqueme, please.
No, hice el segundo intento.
Ah, hizo segundo intento, o sea, hay 2 intentos.
Sí.
Okay, if that's so, Claudia, you can do it again.
Okay, teacher.
Teacher, we have to do the another activity or we wait?
No, we're just waiting for most of you to finish the first activity, the activity C, which is the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, we only have 3 people who finished this. 3 more and we go back to checking the activity.
Sorry again. The activity that we're doing is 1C or we wait for that one?
No, you have to do 1A, 1B, and 1C. The
Oh,
3
okay.
activities.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, guys, I'm moving on with the explanation. Let's start with number 1, okay? As you can see in number 1, well, you already know the answers and you had 2 attempts. So you should all have a good grade here. But the first one, if you have duck, salmon, lamb, and chicken, there is only one of these that is not part of the group. What is it?
Salmon.
Salmon, right? Because salmon is a fish. And the other 3, what are they?
Or meats.
Meat, right? Meat. Okay. Next, number 3. It says pear, pepper, cabbage, and beetroot. Which one is different?
Pear.
Pear, because pear is a fruit. That makes the other three what?
Vegetables.
Vegetables, right? Like this, vegetables. Next, number 4. You have mango, melon, lemon, and aubergine. Remember, aubergine is berenjena, right? Which is different?
Aubergine.
Aubergine, because the other three are what?
Fruit.
They are fruits. If you already finished the activity, was it fruit or fruits?
Without S.
Fruit.
Only one, fruit.
Yes,
Okay. And vegetables?
that's okay.
That's okay. All right, the other one, we already did this. It was beef, prawns, crab, and mussels. We know it's beef because the others are seafood. That's the example I gave Claudia a while ago. And number 6, you have cucumber, cabbage, cherry, courgette. Which one is different?
Cherry,
Cherry, because cherry is a fruit. The other three are
vegetable.
vegetables. All right, so I'm going to copy this, paste. And that should be it. Very simple. 1 minute. There we go. Okay. Next activity, the crossword. As I told you already, I sent you the image because if you try to do the crossword as it is here, it makes no sense. What are you crossing? What are the words? So please check together with me the WhatsApp group where you can find the pictures. All right, what are these pictures? Let's see. So it says 2 down, sorry, 1 down is grilled. I already told you that grilled means a la parrilla, right? So this is 1. 1 is grilled. Okay, and you can even write the letters, and you know how many letters they are. And you complete it here. Very good. The next one, we have 2, I think it's 2 down, and I guess it's 4 across, right? So let's work 4 across. 4 across would be in the picture number 2. Okay, and as I told you, these looks like bread. And you do bread in the where? I'm sorry, I'm reading this wrong. It's yeah, across. Across is not the bread, it's the egg, right? And you have the egg on a cup. So how do you make the egg? You can do fried egg, which is number 3, right? But you can also do scrambled egg. Hasta ahí va huevo frito, fried egg, scrambled egg, huevos revueltos. ¿Qué más tiene? Huevo duro,
Boil.
right? We call it huevo duro in Ecuador, but in English, duro se refiere a que está hervido, right? So that makes number 4 what? What was
Boil
number
it.
4? Boiled,
Boil.
right? Boiled. Boiled egg, huevo hervido, que para nosotros es huevo duro. All right, let's continue. Now we have a new letter for number 2. Number 2 starts with B, and that was the bread I was talking about, but not for you to write bread, because the bread is made only one way. ¿Dónde se hace el pan?
In
¿Dónde se
a
hace el pan?
oven.
Baker.
Sí, ¿dónde se hace el pan en español?
Panadería.
Sí, pero,
Horno.
ok, en la panadería usted compra el pan, pero el panadero, ¿dónde mete el pan para
El
preparar?
horno.
Horno.
El horno, ¿verdad?
El horno.
Everything that you prepare in the oven is baked. Okay? Baked significa al horno. Okay? Now we have another word. Let's go after number 5. According to the picture, this number 5 is number 3 in the picture. And I already told you, this is another way of doing egg, huevo frito. How do you say frito in English?
Rice.
Fried, right? Like Kentucky Fried Chicken, pollo frito de Kentucky, el KFC. Pero nadie le dice pollo frito del Kentucky, ¿verdad? Vamos a comer al Kentucky. That's it. And that's not the important word. The important is that it is fried. So we have the word fried here. And now we have another term that starts with the letter R. And the letter R comes together with picture number 4. Number 4 is a chicken, okay? It's a chicken that apparently is like done with a special kind of heat. Y si usted ve la foto a detalle, ve que tiene las patitas del pollo amarradas. ¿Quién amarra las patas del pollo? ¿Ah? La esquina de Ales, el rey del pollo, pollo
Como vapor, ¿verdad?
Barcelona. What chicken is this?
Steam.
Roast.
Yeah, roast chicken. Roast means, well, it would be
Asado.
like rostizado, pero nosotros no decimos rostizado, realmente le decimos asado, right? Eso es pollo asado, roast chicken. All right? And the last one, number 6. Number 6 starts with the letter S, and in the picture I sent you is number 5. What do we have in number 5?
Steam.
Steamed. Steamed means al vapor, right? The word steam, sorry. The word steam, así solito, es vapor. Steamed, como hecho al vapor. All right? That's what it means. So these are some adjectives that we use to complement the words, the food, right? In order to understand what we are talking about. ¿Alguien recién se unió al grupo? Voy a reenviar la imagen again. Okay. So yes, that's steamed. So again, grilled a la parrilla, boiled, hervido, baked al horno, fried, frito, roast, asado, steamed, hervido. Perdón, que hervido. Steamed al vapor. All right? Keep in mind these words. These are important words related with food. Okay? Let's finish the attempt to see how we did. And that's it. All right. So please make sure you understand why, not just because you saw the answers in the first attempt and then you put the next attempt. That's not useful. You need to use these words, right? All right. Next. I feel that I'm way below there. That's better. Okay, let's continue. The final activity is letter C, which was very simple. You just had to drag the words, right? Number 1. If you know the answer, let me know, please. Check the context. Tomatoes last 2 years. How can tomatoes last 2 years?
China.
Yes, it's not tinned, it's tinned. 10 tomatoes. Tin is another word for enlatado. Okay? Tin is the British form. Canned, de enlata. Canned is the American form. All right? So tinned tomatoes usually last for about 2 years porque están en lata. All right? Number 2.
Take
What is-
away.
Let's get a takeaway for dinner. All right. Sounds good because that's the opposite of cooking, right? You don't want to cook, you go to a restaurant and you get a takeaway. Or like in American English, you would say you order to go. order to go. Para llevar, to go. All right. Number 3.
Frozen.
Frozen.
Frozen. All right. Thank you, Jocelyn. Are there any frozen peas in the freezer? This is simple because the freezer is el congelador. So obviously the freezer will freeze your frozen food, right? It makes sense. It's the same word. Number 4, what is it?
Raw.
Raw. Raw. What is raw?
Crudo.
Crudo. Very
Crudo.
good. Yeah, and we understand it's crudo because you have sushi here, right? I'm not very keen on raw fish. Keen is like, I don't really like, I don't really interested, right? No me emociona, no me entusiasma. That's keen. I'm not very keen on raw fish. So I never eat sushi. Of course, sushi is raw fish, essentially raw fish and rice and sauce and etc. Although if you eat fusion sushi, that's different. They have different ways of doing it, but the traditional sushi is with raw fish. Number 5, what is it?
Low fat.
Low fat. The word fat, what is fat?
Bajo en grasa.
Grasa, right? Fat means grasa. Low fat means bajo en grasa. Hannah's on diet, so she's bought some low-fat yogurt to have for dessert. That's it. Very simple. Number 6. What is it?
Spicy.
Spicy. They eat a lot of spicy food in Mexico. That makes sense. Mexico is well known for their spicy food. Everything is spicy, right? Tabasco and red pepper and I don't know what else they use.
Picante.
Picante, yeah, that's spicy. All right. Hot sauce, things like that. Okay, and the last one obviously is fresh, fresco, very simple. We buy fresh bread from the bakers every morning. If it's in the morning, we know it's fresh. It's recently made. Okay, now we sent everything and it should be correct. All right, people, now that we've done this, I am going to close these activities. Okay. I believe some of these activities that you can find here, pronunciation, grammar, are hidden, but are hidden because there were some mistakes related to the activity. I don't see any other reason why they would be. All right. We have another reading assignment here that we can do together if you want. This is a different article. Now we're talking about eating healthy. All right. And something interesting about this is that there is a question that will help you have a heading for the rest of the paragraph. So we already know that number 1 is letter C. I am going to put the image. There we go. So number C starts with, how should I start the day? And then we have the information, the response for this question. Help me reading, please, Hillary.
Number 1. It's a
Yeah,
full English
actually,
breakfast.
you can read from the beginning, from the title, but remember, when it says number 1, you read the question that is here, okay?
Okay. The truth about healthy eating. Question C. How should I start the day? Full English breakfast will certainly stop you feeling hungry, but is high in calories, which means that you'll put on weight if you have it regularly. A healthier option is to have just the egg, boil it instead of frying it and eat it with a piece of toast made with brown bread. Breakfast cereals are very high in sugar, so if you feel like cereal, have muesli with no added sugar. You can also get your first vitamins of the day by drinking a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice.
Freshly squeezed orange juice. Repeat, freshly squeezed.
Freshly squeezed.
Yes, freshly squeezed. Squeeze, what's the meaning of squeeze? How do you make orange
Granizado.
juice? No prensado. Prensado
Granizado.
would be pressed.
Exprimido.
Exprimido, yes. The word squeeze means like you do it like this. Yeah, you squeeze. And if it's freshly squeezed, it means that you did it recently. And that's the best orange juice you can have. It has all the vitamins, according to these people. Let's continue with number 2. First, we read the paragraph and then we identify the question that it corresponds to. All right, this time I would like to hear Miss Letty, number 2.
Fruit and vegetable contain the vitamin and mineral with new to stay healthy, but 5 is actually a fictional number es que no veo,
Thought up.
topped up, ay, Dios mío, ya. Topped up by an American nutrition. She looked at what the average person eat and double it according to more recent research. The real number is actually 8. The research shows that people who have 8 pies of fruit and vegetable a day are much less uh, li-
Likely.
likely to suffer from heart disease than to hold it there.
Ok, Leti. Encienda el micrófono de nuevo, que va a leer de nuevo. I am going to read and you repeat after me. Fruit and vegetables contain the vitamins and minerals.
Fruits and vegetables contain the vitamin and
I didn't
minerals.
say vitamins. Again,
Vitamin
fruit
and
and vegetables contain the vitamins and minerals.
Fruits and vegetables contain the vitamins
No
and
dije
minerals.
vi, no dije vi, Leti, dije vitamins.
Vitamins and minerals.
Vitamins and minerals.
Vitamin fruits and vegetables contain the vitamins and minerals.
I know dice vitamins. Vitamins.
Vitamin and minerals.
Yes. We need to stay healthy.
We need to stay healthy.
Very good. But 5 is actually a fictional number.
But 5 is actually a fictional number.
No fiction, fictional. Fictional number.
Fictional number.
Fictional number.
Fictional number.
Fictional number.
Fictional number.
Don't make a pause, Leti. Siento que hay una pausa. No es fiction all number. It's fictional. Fictional number.
Fictional number.
Yes. Thought up by an American nutritionist.
Thought up by an American
Nutritionist.
nutritionist.
She looked at what the average person ate.
She looked at what the average person ate
And doubled it.
and doubled it
And doubled it.
and doubled it.
It. According to more recent research,
According to more recent research,
the right number is actually 8.
the right number is actually 8.
The research shows that people
The research shows that people
who have 8 pieces of fruit,
who have
no dije
pieces,
no dije dije who,
who have
no who. La W con H se pronuncia como J en español. Who.
who have 8
Pieces
pieces of fruit
of fruit and vegetables a day
they are
much less likely to suffer.
much less likely to suffer.
No dije liker, dije much less likely. Likely.
Much less likely to
Suffer
suffer
from heart disease
from heart disease
than those who eat 3.
than those who eat 3.
Thank you. Very good. So, thank you, Leti. You can turn off your microphone. ¿Qué tal? ¿Está sudando? No.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Leti. So, what is this? All this information is for what question? Can I eat apples? How can I prevent serious illnesses? Do I really need to eat 5 a day? Which question which question is answered in this paragraph?
D.
Letter D, right? Do I really need to eat 5 a day? And then we are somehow talking about the number 5, right? Number 5, here it says, but 5 is actually a fictional number. All right, that's it. I mean, it's fictional, but we are answering question D. So yeah, we have 30 seconds to answer this. We're gonna drag D over here. There. Okay, let's continue with number 3. Next person to read. Let me see. Let me see. Luis Cabello.
Repeat, mister.
Please help me reading number 3, Luis.
Okay. This party week has had some bad publicity because dentists say it can are all them why is true the apple do contain a little sugar. They are also a source of even nutritional fact that we need about 80, 80 of fiber a day and a medium apple per included contain about some varieties contain more fiber than other so you so sources careful.
Luis, voy a tener que exorcizar mi computadora después de escuchar ese ruido extraño y que yo pensé que era un ruido de afuera, pero eso es su micrófono.
Ah, no, lo que pasa es que está lloviendo fuerte acá y es el zinc.
Pero es
Es por
extraño
eso
porque
que se oye
solamente
así.
suena cuando usted habla.
No sé. Es que está
Duda.
lloviendo fuerte acá.
Puede ser, sí, sí. Ahora que usted lo dice tiene sentido, pero me asusté en un momento, Luis. Ok,
No, profe, que es el zinc y
ya me di
por eso
cuenta
que
que era
suena
el zinc.
mucho.
Al principio, honestamente, y sin ánimo de molestar, pensé que había una licuadora atrás. Y yo dije, bueno, será que
No,
el banco licúa. Y luego
no,
me di
es
cuenta
el
que usted hacía
zinc.
una pausa y ya no sonaba. Entonces, ¿cómo es el sonido ambiental?
Es que está lloviendo fuerte acá y es el zinc.
Ok, ok, Luis. Vamos a hacer el mismo ejercicio que hice con Leti. Hay que mejorar esa pronunciación. Ok, repeat after me. This particular fruit
This particular fruit
has had some bad publicity.
has some bad publicity.
Publicity,
Publicity
yes, because dentists say
because dentists say
it can harm our teeth.
it can hurt our teeth.
Teeth. ¿Qué son teeth, Luis?
Ni idea.
Ni idea. ¿Con qué mastica? ¿Y cuándo va al dentista?
Son los dientes.
Con los dientes, ¿verdad? Aquí dice dentist. Because dentists say it can harm our teeth. Ok, continuamos. Well, it's true that apples.
They eat through the
No
apple
dice de, otra vez. While it's
while
true that apples
it's through the apple.
do contain a little sugar,
Do contain a little sugar.
they are also a source of fiber.
They are also a source of fiber.
¿Qué es fiber?
Fiebre.
Ok, buen intento. No es fiebre, es fibra. Remember, we're talking about
Ah,
food. Todo el tema es de los alimentos. Ok, fiber es fibra. Okay, so continue. Nutritionists say,
nutritional say
no nutritional, nutritionists
nutritionists
say
that
that we
we
need about
need about
18 grams of fiber a day.
80 grams of fiber a day,
A day. And a medium apple,
and a medium apple.
peel included.
Peel included.
Peel included. I'm going to pause here. What's a peel? Not Luis, anyone else. What's a peel of the apple?
Es algo como piel,
Como la piel, pero la manzana no tiene piel, ¿verdad? ¿Qué tiene?
como la cáscara de la
La
manzana.
cáscara. The peel is la cáscara. Peel included. Contains about 3 grams.
Contain about 3 grams.
Some varieties contain
Some varieties contain
more fiber than others.
more fiber than others.
So you should choose carefully.
So you choose
Carefully.
carefully.
Yeah. No dije chose, dije choose. Choose carefully. Repeat.
So you choose
No chose, choose. Choose
choose
carefully.
carefully.
Okay, thank you, Luis. Now, everybody else. We're
Okay.
talking about this particular fruit. So we go back to the questions. We are just missing A and B. Can I eat apples? Or how can I prevent serious illnesses? What's the question for this answer? Anyone? What have we been talking about in this paragraph? Sorry, this number 3. What is the topic?
Letter A.
Letter A, right? Thank you, Giovanni. Can I eat apples? And from then on, we are talking about apples only. Okay? Apples only. And because they contain fiber. It's very good for your health because it contains fiber. Okay, so that means that the last question is answered in the last paragraph. Letter B, how can I prevent serious illnesses? And this is how. In number 4. Now I am going to ask to read Miss, let me see, Scarlett. Scarlett, number 4.
The key to good health is a balanced diet, which contains what carbohydrates as well as proteins.
Scarlett, sorry for the interruption. Can you come closer to the microphone? I can't hear you.
Escucha.
Yes? A ver, hable. Diga algo.
Hola.
Okay, that's better. Speak, Scarlett. Go again. Number 4.
The key to good health is a balanced diet which contains fat and carbohydrates as well as proteins, vitamins, and minerals. Fats may be high in calories, but they also contain vitamins. According to the World Cancer Research Fund, you should only have about 500 or 500 grams of red meat per week. A steak is about 100 grams. One type of food on its own won't kill or cure you, but 18 the right amount of dry food will stop you getting ill.
All right, Scarlett, I'm going to make you repeat again, but something important for everyone else. I know, yo sé que hasta ahora solo le he pedido leer a ciertos estudiantes, ¿verdad? Y a Leti le hice repetir, a Luis le hice repetir, a Scarlett le voy a hacer repetir, pero el ejercicio no es solo para ellos que están repitiendo. I need all of you with the microphones off, all of you repeating with me, all of you will take advantage of practicing pronunciation. So keep that in mind. This is for everybody. Okay? Scarlett, repeat after me. The key to good health is a balanced diet.
The key
No the
to
K, no es the K, the key. The
the
key
key,
to good health
the key to good health is balanced diet.
is a balanced diet,
Is a balanced diet,
which contains fats and carbohydrates.
which contain fats and
Contains
contains fats and carbohydrates,
carbohydrates, as well as proteins,
as well as proteins,
vitamins, and minerals.
vitamins, and minerals.
Fats may be high in calories,
Fats may be high in calories,
but they also contain vitamins.
but they also contain vitamins.
Very good. Wilson, no veo que esté repitiendo. Ok. They also, sí está repitiendo. Ok. Very good. According to the World Cancer Research Fund,
According to the World Cancer Research Fund,
You should only have
you should only have
about 500 grams of red meat per week.
uh, have about 100
Not high
grams,
100, no es high, es 5. 500 grams
500 grams of red meat per week.
Very good. A steak is about 100 grams.
A steak is about 100 grams.
100 grams.
100 grams.
No on, 100 grams.
100 grams.
One type of food
One type of food
on its own
on its own
won't kill or cure you.
won't kill or cure
Cure you.
you,
But eating the right amount,
but eating the right
eating
amount, eating the right amount
of the right food
of the right food
will stop you getting ill.
will stop you get well,
Getting ill.
getting ill.
Very good. What's the meaning of ill? Anyone knows?
Bad.
Denise? Ill means enfermo. Okay, it's like sick. Pero in American English, they say sick. In British English, they say ill. Okay, little differences. All right, thank you, Scarlett. So obviously, number 4 was letter B. If we go back to the exercise, we would notice, right? Letter D is here. I need to complete the other one. Let me see. There we go. Okay, so we have letter B, letter A, the apples, and letter D here. There we go. And that's it. Okay, so now you know the answers for this little reading activity. So now we can go back. Going back. A little bit back. Come on. Yeah, never mind. There. Okay. So where were we? Here. Vocabulary done. The first reading assignment done. Now we have the same thing about the article. We're not reading the article again. We already read enough, but we can answer the questions regarding comprehension. All right. So you're simply going to tell me if this is true or false. I'm gonna be calling some of you. So first one, Giovanni. Read the sentence and tell me if it's true or false.
Read now.
Yes, right now.
Okay. Read the first sentence.
Yeah, you read this.
Okay. The fat can be good for us. Is true.
It is true. Okay, thank you, Giovanni. Next. Wilson.
Teacher.
Yes, Wilson, go ahead. Wilson, can you read?
You can introduce remix you want to
You say it's true?
is
Okay. Well, if you
false.
read the text, Mr. Wilson, read here. You should, read this part. You should,
You should only
continue,
have about 500 oxygen per week.
per week.
Per
So
week.
there's a limit. It's not like you can have as much as you want, right? There is a limit. 500 grams, that's it. So again, I ask you, is it true or false?
True.
True. Okay. Everybody remember Wilson said this answer. Thank you, Wilson. Let's continue. Javier Elguero. Read the third one, please, Javier.
We should eat more than 5 pieces of fruit and vegetables per day.
And vegetables per day. True or false?
False.
False. Well, we can see the number of pieces around here, right? 5 is a fictional number. And the research shows that people who have 8 pieces of fruit are less likely to suffer than those who eat 3. So we should eat more than 5 pieces of fruits and vegetables. Again, true or false?
More than 5 pieces. True.
True. Okay, Mr. Javier. Thank you very much. By the way, Javier, you haven't introduced yourself. This is your first class. Everybody else introduced themselves yesterday. Who are you? What's your age? What do you study?
Hi, my name is Javier Elguero. This is my first class. I am from La Península de Santa Elena. Now I am in, this is my last semester. The next semester will be my last semester. I am in civil engineer.
Oh, you're an
I'm,
engineer. And you
yes,
live in Peninsula. Where
yes, in
exactly?
Salinas. In Salinas,
In
but
Salinas.
on Monday I have to return to Guayaquil
All
because
right.
we have exams.
Because there's another classmate here who also lives in Salinas. I think it was Luis Nieto.
Luis Nieto.
Luis, do you live in Salinas, right?
Sí, sí lo conozco. Era gaucho, ¿verdad?
Sí, gustas, Luis.
Aha, yeah. We have some friends here. You see, this class is magical, as you can see. We have boyfriend and girlfriend, best friends, neighbors. Interesting. All right, Javier, thank you very much. Let's continue. Number 4, Luis Nieto, your turn.
The best breakfast is any type of cereal.
Any type.
False. Any type. False. False.
It's false, right? It's not any cereal. Specifically, what cereal did they talk about? According to the reading, Luis Nieto, which is the healthy cereal? Starts with the letter M.
The number 1.
Yeah, I know it's number 1. I'm asking you for the exact word, right? Breakfast cereals are very high in sugar. So, continue reading.
If you feel like cereal, have muesli with
Muesli.
muesli with no sugar.
Added sugar. All right, so muesli is the other option, right? Apparently, if you want cereal, but that doesn't mean that any cereal is good. Most of the cereals are full of sugar, so they are not very good. All right. Thank you, Luis. Let's continue. I would like to hear now Maria Jose. Next.
An American nutritionist carefully calculate the amount of fruit and vegetables we should eat. True.
Okay, let's think about this. The key word here is carefully. Did she actually calculate this carefully? The answer should be around here. She looked. How did she calculate carefully? She looked. Continue reading, Maria Jose.
Look at what the average
Average.
person ate and double it.
Okay, so that's the carefully calculated. Do you think that's carefully? Oh, so everybody eats 2 fruits. Let's say 5 is correct. That's not very technical. That's not very careful. So do you insist this is true?
It's false.
It's false. In my opinion, it's false. But, well, we don't know. At the end, we will see, and if we have any surprise, we will analyze it. Next, help me reading, please. Pablo Mora.
Apples contain a lot of sugar.
Apples contain a lot of sugar. True or false?
False.
You say it's false, but let's analyze here. While it's true that apples do contain a little sugar, right? And here says a lot of sugar. Little and a lot are opposites. So Pablo says it's false. And I agree with Pablo. Thank you. Let's continue. Another person. Help me reading this, please. Miss Melissa.
A full English breakfast every morning isn't good for you.
All right.
True.
You say it's true, but I would like to analyze something. What is a full English breakfast? I'm thinking of English muffin and things like that. I don't remember if they mentioned this. A full English breakfast over here. Oh, yeah. So do the reading here, Melissa. What does it say about the full English breakfast?
A full English breakfast will certainly stop you feeling hungry. But it's high in calories, which means that you will. But
yeah, that's
you
it. Thank you. So do you insist it is true or do you think it's false? Melissa? True or false then?
False.
False. Yes. The answer is, wait. Oh, yes. Sorry. The full English breakfast isn't good. Isn't good means that it's bad. So yes, true was the correct answer. It's true that it's not good for you. Okay. And the last one, we were just missing one and it's false. Let's try to understand. All apples have the same amount of fiber. Of course, I remember this in the last part of number 2, it says, sorry, number 3, it says some varieties contain more fiber than others. So it's not that all have the same amount. That is false. All right. And we're just having trouble with Wilson's answer. And I believe we analyze this a lot. It's not as much meat as you want to. You can't eat too much meat. The recommendation is maximum 500 grams per week. So if you have a limit, it means that you can't eat as much as you want. You need to control yourself. You need to control how much meat you consume. All right? All right, so good recommendations about nutrition here. Okay, and at the end of this chapter, you can find 2 listening activities. We're gonna work the activity together. Actually, no. I would like you to practice your listening on your own. It's very simple. Okay, so you're gonna listen to this radio phone-in program, which means that people call to the radio, and you're gonna listen if they agree or disagree. Okay, if they agree or disagree with the article. Okay, so go ahead. I am going to mute myself. I'm gonna give you the audio track is 3 minutes. I'm gonna give you no 4 minutes in case you need to repeat, and then we continue checking.
Sorry, teacher. What is the topic?
Okay, so we are on the first listening activity here. Below the reading section, there's listening 5A. That's what we're doing.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I guess you should be done by now, so let's check your answers. Am I sharing the audio? Yes.
File 1A. Listening. Welcome back to the show. Today we've been discussing Teresa Gould's article, The Truth About Healthy Eating. And now it's time for you, the listeners, to tell us what you think. The lines are open, so all you have to do is call 091 344 5792 and talk to one of our operators. That's 091 344 5792. And it looks like we have our first caller, William from Manchester. Tell us what you think about the article.
Well, I'd like to say that I don't agree with the article at all. I don't eat much fruit or vegetables, and I'm perfectly healthy. I haven't been off sick from work for years. I can't remember the last time I had to stay in bed. This 5-a-day thing is a load of rubbish, really, isn't it?
Thank you, William.
All right, so William, does he agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Disagree.
Yes, and he says explicitly, I don't agree at all. I don't agree at all. Let's check the second.
Think we have another caller on line 2. Kate from Newcastle. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Well, I'm sure the writer knows what she's talking about, but it isn't that easy, is it? I mean, it's hard enough to get kids to eat vegetables at the best of times, but with all these burger bars and pizza places around, it's nearly impossible. Once they get the taste for junk food, you can forget the 5-a-day, I can tell you.
Thanks, Kate. And
all right, so she's complaining not about herself, but her children. So does she agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Apparently, she disagrees. Apparently. I mean, her tone is suggesting that. Let's see the next one.
who's our next caller?
My name's Harry, and I'm from Southampton.
And what do you think, Harry?
Well, I'd like to say that I think the article is right. I mean, the writer talks about eating a lot of fruit and vegetables, which is something that we've always done in my family. My mum's a great cook, and she's always used completely natural ingredients in her cooking, and we're hardly ever ill.
Thank you, Harry. Let's go.
All right. So he says the article is. He would use a specific word. The article is right or the article is wrong.
Right.
The article is right. So we can understand that he agrees. And the last one.
Back to line 2 again, where we've got Rosie from Cardiff. Rosie, what's your opinion?
Well, the writer seems to think that all fruit and vegetables are good for you. And I don't think that's quite right. I mean, what about potatoes? They contain a lot of carbohydrates, which can make you put on weight if you aren't careful. It's even worse if you fry them. And then some fruit, like melon, for example, has a lot of sugar. Personally, I think you should eat a bit of everything, and not too much of one thing.
Thanks for that, Rosie.
All right. Does she agree or disagree?
Disagree.
She disagrees, and she says that, well, if that was true, then what happens with potato, which is supposed to be a vegetable? But if you eat too much potato, you can gain weight. So that's not something good. I'm still having doubts about B. I would like to repeat B just for a moment.
Well, I'd like to say that I don't agree. I had to stay.
Thank you, William. I think we have another caller on line 2. Kate from Newcastle. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Well, I'm sure the writer knows what she's talking about, but it isn't that easy, is it? I mean, it's hard enough to get kids to eat.
Yeah, I mean, it's not clear, but her tone suggests it's negative. Okay. Yeah, that was right. So 3 disagree and only 1 person agrees with this content. So now you know. Okay. Now, based on the same audio track, we are going to work on the last activity here where you must answer the questions. 5B. All right. It's the same audio. It's the same. But now you have to determine who thinks these things. I mean, which is the person that has this opinion. So you will have A for William, B for Kate, C for Harry, and D for Rosie. Once again, I'm gonna let you do the listening on your own. I'm gonna give you 3 to 4 minutes, and then we are going to check and give feedback. All right, go ahead. Okay, guys. So now let's listen again to identify who are the ones that feel or that have this opinion. Let's see.
File 1A. Listening. Welcome back to the show. Today we've been discussing Teresa Gold's article, The Truth About Healthy Eating. And now it's time for you, the listeners, to tell us what you think. The lines are open, so all you have to do is call 091 344 5792 and talk to one of our operators. That's 091 344 5792. And it looks like we have our first caller, William from Manchester. Tell us what you think about the article.
Well, I'd like to say that I don't agree with the article at all. I don't eat much fruit or vegetables, and
Sorry for the interruption. There's the answer. I don't eat much fruit. In other words, William eats very little fruit. Okay? Very little fruit. That would be William. Now, something important. The word little, todos sabemos que little es pequeño, right? But little, when it comes to quantity, means poco. Okay? Poca fruta, little fruit. No son frutas pequeñas. Okay? No es que come frutas muy pequeñas. He eats very little fruit. Él come muy poca fruta. Okay? Very important to consider this. Next.
I'm perfectly healthy. I haven't been off sick from work for years. I can't remember the last time I had to stay in bed. This 5-a-day thing is a load of rubbish, really, isn't it?
Thank you, William. I think we have another caller on line 2. Kate from Newcastle. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Well, I'm sure the writer knows what she's talking about, but it isn't that easy, is it? I mean, it's hard enough to get kids to eat vegetables at the best of times, but with all these burger bars and pizza places around, it's nearly impossible. Once they get the taste for junk food, you can forget the 5-a-day, I can tell you.
Okay. She doesn't say the word children, but she's talking about kids. She doesn't say the word fast food, but she mentions a different term, junk food. Fast food, comida rápida. Junk food, comida chatarra. All right? So definitely she's the one talking about the children preferring junk food. By the way, who is she? Kate. Yes, Kate B. Okay, let's continue.
Thanks, Kate. And who's our next caller?
My name's Harry, and I'm from Southampton.
And what do you think, Harry?
Well, I'd like to say that I think the article is right. I mean, the writer talks about eating a lot of fruit and vegetables, which is something that we've always done in my family. My mum's a great cook, and she's always used completely natural ingredients in her cooking, and we're hardly ever ill.
Thank you, Harry.
Well, in a different way, with different words, he says that he is hardly ever ill. Hardly ever. Hardly ever means casi nunca. Hardly ever ill. Casi nunca se enferma. So he is very healthy, right? He's very healthy. And he also says that his mom is a great cook. A great cook means that she's a person that knows how to cook very well. So he's eating lots of fruits and vegetables every day. That would be Harry, letter C. Obviously, the last one is letter D. You have Rosie. Let's listen to what she thinks of unhealthy food. Although we already know, she talks about potatoes, right? Potato as a vegetable that is unhealthy because it has a lot of carbohydrates and makes you fat, especially if you fry potatoes.
Let's go back to line 2 again, where we've got Rosie from Cardiff. Rosie, what's your opinion?
Well, the writer seems to think that all fruit and vegetables are good for you. And I don't think that's quite right. I mean, what about potatoes? They contain a lot of carbohydrates, which can make you put on weight if you aren't careful. It's even worse if you fry them. And then some fruit, like melon, for example, has a lot of sugar. Personally, I think you should eat a bit of everything, and not too much of one thing.
Thanks for that, Rosie. And that's all we've got time for today. We'll be speaking to the writer of the article after the break.
All right, so there we go. Oh, and she says potato. Potato as British. All right, so you have the answers for this final activity from the workbook. All right, so once again, if you see the activities that we have done, we have already finished the workbook. The 3 vocabulary, pronunciation is hidden for you, so don't worry. The grammar is also hidden for you, I don't know why, but don't worry. We have 2 reading assignments and 2 listening assignments as well. Okay? So here is when we stop. We're gonna have our break. Remember, the break is just 15 minutes. Okay? After the break, we come back and we continue working on the other activities that we have pending. Okay? So you may turn off the cameras, don't worry, and let's see you back in a few minutes.
Mister,
Yes.
lo que pasa es que tengo que dar una lección a las 8, entonces voy a tener la cámara apagada, porque necesito la cámara para dar la lección.
How much time, Denise?
I don't know, I think 1 hour or 1/2 hour, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I need you to send me an email with this information, Denise.
Okay, email. Email.
Yes, email.
Okay.
Okay. See
Thanks.
you in 15 minutes, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Please turn on your cameras and get ready for the second half of this session. Thank you very much.
Record.
Okay, as you know, I have to take the attendance once again, so please make sure your camera is on and say present when you hear your name. Denise Alvarado. Denise, is she here? Maria Jose Boto.
Here, mister.
All right, are you driving, Maria Jose?
Yes.
Yes, all right, so
Yes,
be
all right, so
careful.
be
What are you
careful.
doing
What
with
are
the
you doing
camera
with the
on if
camera?
you're driving?
Okay.
All right. Luis Cabello. Luis Cabello, are you here?
Present, mister.
There you are,
Present.
thank you. Eric Cacao.
Present, mister.
There you go, thank you. Marcela Candelario. Marcela. She's absent. Daniel Carrillo.
I am here.
Very good. Leti Fiallos.
Present.
Thank you, Leti. Jocelyn González.
Present.
Okay, Jocelyn, thank you. Javier Elguero.
Here.
Thank you, Javier. Claudia Mendoza.
Present.
Thank you, Claudia. Pablo Mora.
Present.
Thank you, Pablo. Luis Nieto.
Present.
Thank you, Luis. Giovanni Ortega. Giovanni. Ujú. ¿Está comiendo? Sí, esta es hora de comer, creo. Ok. Scarlett Rivera. Scarlett. ¿No? ¿Se fue? Bueno. Wilson Serrano.
Present.
Thank you, Wilson. Hilary Toledo.
Present.
Thank you. Melissa Velasco.
Present.
Thank you. And Milena Villacreces.
Present.
All right. But we can't see you, Milena. See? Okay. Okay. So let's continue with our session. All right. In this second half, we are going to be working on the first part of Unit 8B, all right, which is a different chapter. If you can see it, sorry, it's not 8B. It's 1A, 1A workbook, and now we have 1B, all right? We can get to, I mean, if you feel we're going fast, it's because there will be some classes in which we won't finish one chapter. And this chapter about food is very fast, right? It's the first chapter. So now I am going to share the screen with you so you can see my screen. There we go. All right. So in this moment, I'm going to start asking you what you think is going on in this picture. All right. We open the picture in a different tab and we can zoom. Okay. What is going on? Who can describe this picture? Let's begin this question with Pablo Mora. What can you see in the picture?
A family.
Okay, and what is the family doing?
The family
Picnic.
is
Yeah, they're doing a picnic. Le cambió la voz, Pablo. So, what food do you see they're having?
the salad, fruits,
They're
juice,
having salad, they're having drinks. Anything else?
meat.
Meat? Well, actually, I guess this is hot dog. You see the sausage here? Looks like a sausage, salchicha, sausage. And they're having soft drinks. Soft drinks means gaseosas. Okay, so apparently we are going to talk about the family. And the family means that we are going to check some vocabulary of the different relationships that we can find in a family. All right, I'm gonna close these tabs. We don't need them anymore. Oh, sorry. Every time I zoom, this happens. Okay, so what's the difference? Let's start wondering about this. What is the difference between a father and a parent? If you know the answer, please, you can just open your microphone and share it with everyone else. What is the difference between a father and a parent? What is the difference between a father and a parent? Okay, so before you explain to me the difference, tell me what is a father? What is father?
Dad.
A dad, right? Padre, el papá. That's a father. And a parent?
It's both mother and dad.
Very good. That was the answer I was looking for. Thank you, Maria Jose. It would be great if I could see you. But yes, parents are both. Parent can either be mom or dad, but a father is only the man. A father is only the man, the father. But parents can be the man or the woman, the mother or the father. Now, many English students will feel, many Spanish speakers who are learning English will think that the word parent means pariente. It's not pariente. Pariente in English is the word relative. Okay? Pariente is relative. Actually, I am going to write this word in the chat so you know. The word relative means pariente. Parent is different. Parent is mom or dad. Okay? Next. What's a mother?
Mom, mamá.
Mama, mom, right? Okay, and what's a stepmother?
Madrastra.
Madrastra, right? Madrastra, very good. Okay, so madrastra, if you need to explain this in English, because you do, you need to explain this in English. Who is your stepmother? So you would say, my stepmother is my, I would say, it's my father's wife, right? My stepmother is my father's wife. Mi madrastra es la esposa de mi papá. You understand? This is what I'm hoping you to say. My mother, you know, it's my mom, the woman who gave birth to me. But the stepmother is my father's wife. Wife significa esposa. So stepmother, my father's wife. Let's see. Another one. A brother. Who's your brother? Who's your brother?
Hermano.
Yes, hermano. And only for men, right? Only for men. Because if it's a woman, that's not a brother. It's a... If it's a woman, it's not a brother anymore, right? Brother is hermano. Y hermana?
Sister.
Sister, right? That's a sister. Okay, very good, mister. Puede ponerme asistencia. Okay. Okay, so yes, sister. And what is brother-in-law?
Yerno.
Cuñado.
Cuñado.
Cuñado, right? Cuñado. ¿Qué dijo Jocelyn?
Cuñado.
Cuñado, sí. Cuñado is correct. All
Solo
right.
que. Ajá.
Sí, no es yerno. Careful. Okay, so brother-in-law, cuñado. If you have to explain this in English, you would say that my brother-in-law is my sister's
Boyfriend.
my sister's boyfriend, yes, but that's too casual. I would say it's my sister's husband, right? Porque si el novio de mi hermana me va a venir a decir cuñado, yo le pego. Right? I don't know you. Okay, so yes, that's the brother-in-law. If it's cuñada, how would you say cuñada in English?
My wife's brother. Sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law. Leti Fiallos, what are you saying? ¿Qué dijo Leti? Repeat, please.
My wife's brother.
My wife's brother. My wife's brother is my brother-in-law. Yes. And the other one? Ya me confundí. El hermano de mi esposa es mi cuñado. Y el esposo de mi hermana también. Yes, segura. El esposo de mi hermana. El hermano de mi esposa. Ah, claro, seríamos cuñados. Okay, yes, it makes sense. Okay, Letty, very good. So yes, your brother-in-law could be your wife's brother or your sister's husband. But anyway, your brother-in-law, the fact that it's a brother means that we're talking about a man, right? Not a woman. If it was a woman, we would be saying the sister-in-law, cuñada. Okay, who's your grandfather? Who's your grandfather?
Abuelo.
Abuelo, right? So now abuelo is not a direct relationship. There is somebody in between. So you would say that your grandfather is your father's.
Bisabuelo.
No, but that's the great grandfather.
Father's dad.
Yeah, your
My
father's
father.
father or your mother's father. El papá de mi papá o el papá de mi mamá. That's my grandfather, my father's father, or my mother's father. And great-grandfather, Wilson, what is it? Great-grandfather?
Grandfather.
Wilson, ya lo había dicho Wilson. What is
Grandfather.
great-grandfather?
Father.
Wilson, no le escucho. I can't hear you.
Bisabuelo.
Bisabuelo. Ok.
Me confunde.
Aquí voy a hacer un paréntesis en español para que se entienda esto. Nosotros en español decimos papá, ¿verdad? Luego abuelo, bisabuelo, tatarabuelo, y de ahí en adelante hay otros términos, pero la gente normalmente no se lo sabe y entonces comenzamos con el tatarabuelo, ¿verdad? Ok, pero en inglés no existe el bisabuelo, no existe. Simplemente nos vamos como con la palabra great, que vendría a ser como nuestro tátara, pero no se refiere a la misma persona. ¿Ok? Sí está claro. My great grandfather is my grandfather's father. Este es el papá de mi abuelo, great grandfather. And if you want to start going upwards in the generations, you would say my great grandfather in English, que vendría a ser nuestro tatarabuelo, right? In English, great. We use the word great for the same thing, but only one great is not tatara, it's bisabuelo. All right, let's continue. The next one. Who's your nephew?
Sobrino.
Sobrino. Your nephew, sobrino, a boy. And your niece?
Sobrina.
Ese sí es sobrina. All right. So nephew and niece, boy and girl. Now, if you have to explain this in English, what would you say? Your nephew is your what? Your nephew is your I'm looking for the phrase. Like, what's the relationship you have with the nephew? Who is in between?
Brother or sister.
Yeah, your brother's or your sister's what?
Son.
Son. Very good. Yes, so your nephew is your brother's son or your sister's son. Su sobrino es el hijo de mi hermana o es el hijo, a ver, perdón, mi sobrino es el hijo de mi hermana o el hijo de mi hermano. That's the nephew. And the niece, what would you say niece, about niece?
Daughter.
Yes, but whose daughter?
My sister's daughter.
My sister's daughter or my brother's daughter. La hija de mi hermana o la hija de mi hermano. That's the niece. Okay, very nice. Number 6. A child and an only child.
Como que un hijo único y un hijo.
Aha, very good. Now, the word child, only child means niño. Okay, but a child has no gender. So this could be your son or your daughter, right? That's a child. Or this could be you saying that you don't have any brothers. Sorry, this could be you together with all your brothers or sisters. But the word only child only means solamente. So it's only one. Only child, you have no brothers and no sisters. It's only you, hijo único. Very good, Luis Nieto. Okay, next. Your immediate family and your extended family. What's the difference?
Como la familia cercana y los terceros, así.
Yes, and who would be your immediate family?
My mother, my father.
Very good. Your mother, your father, and your
Sister or brother.
sisters and your brothers. Okay, and if you are the mother or the father, who is your immediate family to? I don't think the question was clear. So you're talking about you, but because you don't have any children, so you think about immediate family like mom, dad, brother, and sister. But what if you are already a father or a mother? Your immediate family would also include who?
Husband or
Your
wife,
husband or your wife, and who else?
brother-in-law.
Your not really brother-in-law will be extended family because remember, in order to be brother-in-law, there's a person in between, which is either your husband or your wife or your brother or your sister. So it's the extended family. I was thinking more about your children. If you have a daughter, if you have a son, they are also your immediate family. So it's everybody around you, right? Your parents, your siblings, brothers and sisters, and your children. Those are your immediate family. All right. And then if you talk about extended family, we could include your grandparents, your uncles, your aunts, your, how do you say primo?
Cousin.
Cousin, right? Your cousins, your whatever in-law, right? Your stepmom, stepdad, stepsister, stepbrother, anyone. I mean, all of these people could be part of the extended family because they are not immediately connected to you. All right? That's what makes them extended. All right. So we have that. Now we know the difference between some of the words, and you may notice that this is going to be part of the vocabulary work. Okay, and we have a bunch of percentages here that we are going to relate with one of the activities we have over here. All right, so let's talk about this. This is a very short reading assignment that in which we are going to connect with this percentages. Okay, there we go. This time, I would like to hear the reading from Wilson.
Changing for the better. The family lies changing in their book knowing that way we may think when let's say dig a theory of family in Britain, the expert to find that family relationship were suffering because of the king is traditional family structure.
Okay, Wilson, we're gonna try again. Please repeat after me. Changing for the better.
Change for the better.
Changing for the better.
Changing for the better.
Family life is changing
Family relations changing
in the UK.
in the UK.
What is UK?
Next, no,
¿No sabe qué es UK?
no, no, yeah.
Ok, Wilson, y si aquí dijera USA, ¿qué sería? ¿No? A ver, vamos a cambiar esto. ¿Qué pasa si aquí dijera USA? What is USA, Wilson?
New York, Estados Unidos.
Estados Unidos, ¿verdad? Ok. Y desde ayer yo les he explicado, estamos aprendiendo el inglés ¿de dónde? ¿El americano?
Ucrania, sí.
El británico, right? Y
Británico, perdón.
británico,
Perdón.
¿cómo se le llama a esa gran isla? Esa isla en donde está el reino británico. Gran
Gran Bretaña, ¿qué?
Bretaña, ¿verdad? Okay, so the UK means United Kingdom. Very similar to United States. United States of America, that's in America, and the United Kingdom, it's the island of Great Britain. Great Britain, Gran Bretaña, okay, which is not only England, okay, Inglaterra is just one country, but next to England, you also have Ireland, Irlanda. So both countries are in the same island, and I believe there's another one, but I don't remember now. All of that is called the UK, the United Kingdom. They talk about kingdom because they have a queen and a king, right? Do you remember who died last year? ¿Quién se murió el año pasado? La reina. ¿Sí se acuerda? Fue noticia internacional. Vendieron hasta stickers para la ventana del carro. Yo me compré uno. Ok. They have kings and queens. Por eso se refieren a su territorio como reino. Reino Unido. United Kingdom. All right? It's important because in English, you are going to find many initials, and we need to know what they are talking about. You have the initial here, right? You have the initial here, the UK. You also have USA. And what is the BBC? What is this? BBC. ¿Le suena? No?
No.
La BBC, it's like CNN. You know CNN?
Sí.
CNN de las noticias.
Program TV.
This is the British Broadcast Company. They share the news. It's a broadcasting company. Okay, so you see the BBC, the UK, etc. So there are many different words that you use with initials. Yes, I guess somebody's speaking here, but I need Wilson to finish reading. All right, I am going to clear this and let's continue. Wilson, but not in the way we might think.
There why Monday.
What? Repeat. But not in the way we might think. Repeat. But not in the way we might think.
Repeat.
But not in the way we might think. Estamos aquí. But not in the way we might think.
But not in the way maintain
We might think.
Being think.
We might think. Repeat. Seguimos aquí, Wilson. We might think.
We might think.
Okay. When the BBC did a survey.
When the BBC the survey
of families in Britain.
Of family in Britain.
They expected to find.
They expected.
Again, they expected to find.
They expected to find.
Not expected, Ted. They expected to find.
They expected to find.
Again, está diciendo expected, Ted. Solo hay un Ted, no dos. They expected to find.
They expected to find.
They expected to find that family relationships.
The family relationship.
Relationships.
Relationship.
Relationships.
Relationship.
No, no es relation. Relation. Relationships.
Relationship.
Were suffering.
were
suffering
suffering
because
because
of the decline
of the decline
in traditional family
in
structures.
traditional family structure.
Again, in traditional family structures.
Traditional family structure,
Structures.
structure,
Structures.
structures,
No, struck. Structures.
structure,
Repeat.
structure,
No, no es structure. Solo hay dos T. Structure. Structure.
structure.
Yeah. Structure. Okay, Wilson. Está sudando, Wilson. Okay, así es. We have to practice, Wilson. Okay, thank you. So, apparently, they were expecting something special. They were expecting that families would suffer because they were not traditional anymore. But after the survey, which, by the way, what is a survey? Does anyone know? What's a survey? Anyone? Survey?
Encuesta.
Encuesta, very good. So they asked the people, right? They asked the people and they obtained some results, interesting results. You can see that 58% of men and 39% of women aged 20 to 24 still live at home with their parents. Look at that. So this percentage is very important because you can see that more young men still live with their families. Okay, more than women. Normally, people would think the opposite, right? People would think that men have like this initiative to go and live separate from their parents, but that's not the reality here. And obviously, I'm talking about their context, their culture. This is not Ecuador. This is not Latin America. This is British, British countries. All right. And these guys are more independent, but apparently not quite, because men stay more at home with their parents than women. The percentage is higher. Now, there's a percentage that thinks that it is right for parents to charge rent to children over 25 who have a job and are living at home. Well, there's an audio track that we are going to listen to in order to determine the percentage. But what is this? In other words, you have to pay the rent to your parents if you want to stay living with their. Now, question, from this group, is there any one of you who pays rent and live with your parents? Okay, this is a simple question. I would like to inquire a little bit. I'm going to close this. Claudia Mendoza, can you tell me what are your thoughts about this?
About
About paying rents to your parents if you still live with them.
if I work, I should pay the rent.
Okay, I agree with you. Do you work now?
No, just
So you only study. So that
yes.
means that you're not paying rent to your parents.
I think no.
You think you don't. Okay, thank you, Claudia. Let me ask another person, a person that probably lives on his own. I think it was Pablo. Pablo, you told me that you live with your cousins, right?
Yes.
Yes. Do you pay rent? Like, do you share the rent with your cousins?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Who pays the rent?
50-50.
50-50. But Pablo, you don't work, do you?
Actually, no.
No. So
On
currently,
vacation.
no. Not actually. Actually suena a actualmente. But in Spanish, la palabra actually de inglés traducido a español es en realidad. ¿Ok? Pero si usted quiere decir actualmente en inglés es currently. So currently, no. Yes or no, Pablo?
Currently, no.
Currently, no. You don't pay rent. So where do you get the money to pay the rent, Pablo?
My mom.
From your mom. All right. That's very nice, Pablo. Thank you very much. Let me try with another person here. Giovanni, do you live with your parents or on your own?
I currently I live my uncle.
You live in your uncle's house.
Yeah.
And do you pay the rent?
No.
No.
No pay the rent.
You don't pay the rent. Do you work?
No. No
Not
work.
yet.
Not yet work.
Okay. You don't work yet.
Repeat.
Al revés, es que usted dijo no yet work. Es no work yet.
No work yet.
Yes. Okay, Giovanni, thank you very much. What about you? Let me see who's here. Luis Cabello. Luis, do you live with your parents?
Repeat, mister.
Yes, Luis. Do you live with your parents? Again, the question is, do you live with your parents?
Do you live to question correct?
Yeah, the question is if you live with your parents. Parents, mother and father. Do you live with mom and dad? No.
No.
Usted vive con sus padres.
Yes.
Yes. ¿Por qué me dicen no
Sí.
antes?
Es que una semana aquí, otra semana en Guayaquil.
Ah, okay, okay. So you live with your parents in, you told me your city. Where do you live, Luis?
Manaví. En Paján.
Manaví.
Sí,
Paján,
Paján.
you told me, Paján.
Una parroquia Guale.
Okay, Luis. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. All right.
Sí.
Let's look at the last two situations from the survey. 30% use the internet at least once a week to contact their families. This is interesting because maybe you would think that these teenagers are so cold that they don't really want to call their families, but they do. At least 30% do, which is a high percentage in my opinion. On average, adults live 130 kilometers from their parents. 130 kilometers from their parents. That's far away, very far away, right? That's pretty much like a 2-hour trip. So yes, I mean, interesting information that we can contrast with our own culture. Because when adults want to live on their own in Ecuador, I would think that they want to live very close to their parents. They want to be neighbors with their parents, right? What do you think about this, Daniel? Do you feel that Ecuadorians want to live on their own, but stay close to their parents?
I I think they won't live by the month,
They
but
wouldn't.
it's really difficult because uh, 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 the person that is 18 years old can't work in this moment, or it's really difficult to earn the enough money.
Okay, that is true. That is true. So not teenagers, young adults will have to stay a little bit longer with their parents because the economy would not let them have a job or an income. That's what you said, Daniel.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So let's see about this. Listen and check. Let's see if you can identify. We are missing one little percentage here that is supposed to be related with this.
1.15. Family life is changing in the UK, but not in the way we might think. When the BBC did a survey of families in Britain, they expected to find that family relationships were suffering because of the decline in traditional family structures. However, some of the results were quite surprising. 58% of men and 39% of women aged 20 to 24 still live at home with their parents. 85% think that it is right for parents to charge rent to children over 25 who have a job and are living at home.
Okay. What was the percentage that we're missing? They already set the number. Which one is it? Oh, you were not following the listening. Again.
1.15. Family life is changing in the UK, but not in the way we might think. When the BBC did a survey of families in Britain, they expected to find that family relationships were suffering because of the decline in traditional family structures. However, some of the results were quite surprising. 58% of men and 39% of women aged 20 to 24 still live at home with their parents. 85% think that it is right for parents to charge rent to children over 25 who have a job and are living at home.
All right. Now we heard the number again. What percent of the parents thinks it's right to charge rent to the children?
85%.
85%. This is the percentage, which is actually very high. So the majority of people in the UK think that parents should charge rent to children over 25 who have a job. Now, those two conditions are, something that we can all accept. You have a job, you're over 25, and you decide to live with me, then pay the rent, help me, help your parents. Maybe that's something that we should all consider at some point. I know that people in Ecuador, when they have their first job and they still live with mom and or dad, at least they help them pay the bills, like the electricity, the water. Maybe not the rent. Maybe the rent is too much, but at least they help their parents pay the bills, which is some help, which is something positive. All right? So, something that people should keep in mind. For the next part of this assignment, we are going to work on the grammar section regarding the future forms. All right? Future forms in English are really simple, really easy, because all you need to know is that we are going to use the word will in most of the cases. but there are situations in which we can interpret future tense with other words. Right? So let's work this activity together. We're going to start this right away. And this activity will be simple. You just have to listen and match the letters. Let's get started with the first one.
1.16. 1.
So, what are you going to do next year, dear? Are you going to go to university? Adam, can you hear me?
Sorry, Gran. What did you say?
I said, are you going to go to university next year?
No, Gran. I've already told you loads of times. I'm not going to go to university yet. I'm going to look for a job. I need to earn some money.
All right, dear. You don't need to shout. I can hear perfectly well, thank you. What's the time now?
10 to 4. Shall I make you a cup of tea?
Yes, please, dear. That'd be very nice.
Okay, so speaker 1 said two things. Which two things from A to F did he say? What did he mention?
C and A.
C, very good, and also A. Excellent. Yes, that's exactly it. He was talking to his granny, his grandmother, and he asks, should I make you a cup of tea? For the grandmother. And before that, grandma was asking him, are you going to university next year? And he said, I'm not going to go to the university yet. As you can see, this is the grammar section, so we're practicing future tense. How is he using future? Well, the first, or letter C, the first thing he mentioned, he said, I'm not going. I'm not going. The word going can also be used for future tense, not just will. All right? When you ask a question, shall I make you a tea? Shall I? You're asking for an action that you will perform in the future. All right? So there we have two examples of future tense. Let's move on with speaker 2.
2.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye. Hey, what do you mean tomorrow? Aren't you coming back tonight?
No, I told you about it yesterday. I'm going to a party at Katie's. I'm staying the night there.
Who else is going?
Oh, just the usual crowd. You don't know any of them.
Well, make sure you don't go to bed too late. And don't forget to...
Bye!
Where's your coat? You can't go out like that. It's going to be cold tonight.
Bye!
3.
Okay, so number 2, they mentioned two things. Actually, this time we had two speakers in number 2. The girl and her dad, probably. What statements did we hear here?
D.
D
D. Number 2,
and
I'm
F.
staying the night there. And
F.
F. It's going to be cold tonight. All right. It's going to, you already know, going to expresses future. But in the other one, it's present. I'm staying the night there. I'm staying. Well, you must know that in English, you can use the present continuous to talk about the future. All right? Now, we need to interpret this because if it's present continuous for an event in the future, it's because this is going to happen. Yes or yes. C or C. It's going to happen. We already know. So she doesn't say, I am going to stay the night there. I'm staying the night there. It's present, but the message is future. All right, keep that in mind. That's another possibility when it comes to expressing future tense. And the last one, of course, will be 3 on B and E. Let's listen.
Can I use your car tonight?
No, you can't.
Oh, you said you didn't need it. Why can't I borrow it?
Because you won't look after it. You'll drive too fast.
I won't, I promise. I'll drive really slowly. I'll be really careful.
Oh, all right then.
Thanks. See ya!
Really careful? I don't think so. But he is the one who said, I mean, the other speaker, the woman, you'll drive too fast. And he said, no, I'll drive really slow. This one is simple because as you can see, you have you apostrophe LL, which means you will. You will drive too fast. I will drive really slowly. I will. The word will in English is the future, okay? Sometimes it's difficult for me to help students understand the word will because there is no word in Spanish like this. Nosotros en español no tenemos una traducción para la palabra will, ¿ok? No todos los idiomas se pueden traducir palabra por palabra. Hay que entender el mensaje. En el caso de will, en inglés simplemente ponen will junto a la acción y la hacen futuro. Nosotros cambiamos la acción, ¿verdad? Tú irás, yo iré, él irá, nosotros iremos, okay? A different word for every person. It's difficult. It's difficult to learn Spanish when it's not your first language. In English, it's very simple. You just put the word will, okay? Okay, so we finished the attempt. And that's it. Now you got the answers. Let's move on to the next activity. In future forms, you can also, you're also going to practice this with this other assignment, which is simply choosing the correct form. So you need to decide something. If both options are possible, you put the tick, el check. If only one is possible, you tell me which one. Okay, let's try this number one. Luis Nieto, help me reading, please.
My grandparents are going to retire will retire next year. El vistito.
You think both apply? Okay, Luis, we're going to check the answers at the end so we can analyze according to the response. But before we continue, do you know what retire is?
La voy a repetir, mister.
Yes, what is retire?
Retire.
What is retire in Spanish? No es retirarse, right?
Como que acaba.
Retire es jubilarse.
Ah, ya, como acaba.
Okay, my grandparents are going to retire. Se van a jubilar. Or my grandparents will retire. Se jubilarán next year. Okay, those are the two possibilities. You say it's the check. We're going to analyze that later. Okay, so number one. Will we or shall we continue? Please help me reading this, Miss Milena.
Okay. Which one?
Number one.
Okay.
Shall we invite your parents for Sunday lunch?
Okay, that sounds good. Shall we invite your parents for Sunday lunch? Okay, thank you, Milena. Very good. Another one, Hillary, your turn, number 2.
A cake for your mom's birthday if you want. I'm going to make.
Okay, I'm going to make a cake for your mom's birthday if you want. I'm going. I'm going to make. That's your answer, Hillary. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Next, let me try now with Miss Scarlett, number 3. Scarlett, we can't hear you.
Hola.
Hello, hello, ahora sí.
I know. I am now having to have dinner with my family tonight.
Okay, what is it?
I am not having.
I'm not having. I'm not having dinner with my family tonight. Okay, thank you, Scarlett. Next, Maria Jose.
Check. Number 3, sorry.
Number 4.
The exam, well, I think it's check. The exam will be on the last Friday of term, or maybe the exam is being on the last Friday of term.
Okay, so you say it's check. It's being on the last. All right, all right. Let's continue. Thank you, Maria Jose. Next one is for Jocelyn.
A ver. ¿Cuál es esta? ¿La 5? ¿The 5?
Yes, number 5.
You can trust me. I won't tell
I won't tell. Okay.
anyone what you told me.
What you told me. All right, Jocelyn, thank you very much. Let's continue. Daniel, number 6.
Number 6. My cousin will arrive at 5:30 p.m.
Will arrive. Okay. Thank you, Daniel. Number 7. Melissa. Melissa.
Teacher, the Melissa now is problem with the connection.
Yeah, I can see. All right, never mind. Claudia.
I think the birth rate will go down in my country in the next few years.
Will go down. All right. Thank you very much, Claudia. Giovanni, number 8.
Okay, number 8 is
I am not going to go to my brother-in-law parties next week. I am not going to go. That's your answer. Yeah. All right, Giovanni. And the last one, let me see. Pablo.
Shall I help you with the washing up?
Okay, can you repeat? I didn't hear the answer.
Shall I help you with the washing up?
Shall I? All right. Shall I then? Now let's see. Let's see what's going on. Thought I clicked. So the first one, we're going to analyze each of these, by the way, so pay attention to the explanation, which is the most important. All right? What is this? My grandparents are going to retire next year, or my grandparents will retire next year. Both of them are correct because you know that this is going to happen in the future. So both of them can be used. Now, number 1 and number 9, as you can see, in order to ask for questions about the future, you use the word shall. Shall we invite? Shall I help? All right. So we know that for the questions, the word shall applies pretty well. Now, let's see what happened here. Number 2, you said, I'm going to make, but it says, I'll make a cake. What's the difference? The difference is that the word going to describes a situation that will happen in the future for sure. But this one comes together with a condition. If you want, I'll make a cake. So this is not really future tense. This is more like first conditional. You have a condition and you have the consequence. I'll make. You don't write consequences with going. So please keep in mind, if there's a condition, it's will, not going. It's will, because you have a condition. You have if. The next one, number 3. I'm not having, or I'm not going to have dinner with my family tonight. Why is it I'm not going to have? All right, because this time it's not just about having dinner, but it's also talking about the movement that happens in order to have dinner. In other words, you have to go to another place to have dinner. You can't avoid this word. All right, so it's more about the verb, not really the intention. Number 4, you say it's both, but it's actually will be, right? Because you know for certain that it's last Friday. It doesn't say, the option is not the exam is going to be. That, I mean, that would be a situation in which you use both possibilities. But in this case, the exam is being, the word is being is present, is being on the last. Now, present continuous can also be future, but only if the future event is happening for sure. But this time, I mean, it's on the last Friday of the term. So this particular event happens constantly, happens in a repeated situation. Yes, Daniel.
I didn't know that I can choose both options, and for that it was really weird for me because for me both are correct in the 6.
We're talking about number 6.
Yeah, I didn't know that I can choose both options.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if you are arriving at a certain time, right? If you are being specific, it means that you know that this event will happen in the future. Certainly, it is going to happen. So if you are certain about it, you can use the present continuous. But the normal future tense uses will. So yeah, you can use both. What else? I won't tell. I won't tell. Remember, the word want is the combination between will and not. Will not transforms into want. So you can trust me. I won't tell anyone, but I'm not telling. That's unnecessary because I'm not telling means that you know for sure that somebody will ask you, but you don't know if that's going to happen. So it's more like a condition. If it happens, you can trust me that I won't tell anyone. Okay? The other three are correct, so I don't think we need any other revision. Those are the reasons why the answers, not all of the answers were right. So please make the corresponding corrections. And regarding grammar, we still have one more to complete based on the future. Hopefully this one will have less mistakes. All right, so you have to do exactly the same, but this time you need to write it. All right, so here, what's your stepmother going to do about the car? She's going to buy. It's in the question. Going to, she's going to buy because you have the verb there. Okay, this is a very short activity. Apparently you have 15 minutes, but you're not going to use them. So I'm going to give you no more than between 5 and 10, right? Depending on how long you take. Between 5 and 10, and then we do the revision. All right, please do this one on your own. Actually, Luis Nieto already finished. I don't know how. I mean, while I'm talking, Luis Nieto is working. So that's good, but, well, never mind. Please begin with this activity between 5 and 10 minutes.
Oh, mister, yo creo que hay una palabra que está mal. O sea, tiene que corregirlo usted manualmente, creo.
I'm going to check that, Luis. Oh, by the way, aprovecho la oportunidad en este momento y se los digo en español para que no quede ninguna duda. Si por alguna razón usted contesta bien, pero le sale mal, es porque probablemente en lugar de una apóstrofe que es recta, usted escribió una tilde que es inclinada. Si no tiene, de verdad, si no tiene el botón de apóstrofe porque su teclado está en español y no lo sabe cambiar a inglés, entonces le voy a pedir de favor que copie, ¿sí? Aquí usted tiene un apóstrofe listo para copiarse. Ajá. Entonces usted simplemente agarra el símbolo, le pone copy y le pone paste. Ahí tiene el apóstrofe, ¿ok? En el mismo texto hay apóstrofes, aprovéchenlos. Aquí también hay otro. Usted copia, control C y lo pega, control V. No ponga tilde. Si usted me llega a poner una tilde cuando era apóstrofe, no voy a corregir manualmente porque lo estoy advirtiendo desde el inicio. All right, you can continue. Luis Nieto, I already corrected because your problems were regarding the capital letter. I can accept that. You have your 10 already. Okay, guys, you should be finishing this activity soon. Remember, if you're not comfortable with your score, you are able to do 2 attempts. So please take advantage of that. If you are not comfortable, you can do another attempt, no problem. All right, it's in the setup of the activity. In the meantime, for those students that already finished, I am going to recommend you to start working on Alticia. I told you that in every class, I would give you 15 minutes to work on Alticia. But the truth is that yesterday I couldn't because it was the first session. So today we are going to take advantage of this time. If you have already finished, you can get started on this. I am going to check because as a teacher, I can give follow-up and see if you have already done something regarding Alticia. And if you haven't, I recommend you to finish at least 25%, right? Let's keep track of this in terms of percentage because Alticia is no longer the time. It's how much you progress. For example, we can see that Maria Jose already did 2 hours of Alticia, but the important part is the progress. Your progress, Maria Jose, is 17%. It's a very good percentage. Now, your first threshold should be 25. And that goes for everyone. Denise Alvarado, you too, you have, how is this possible? You already finished. Okay, never mind. Another person. We have Eric. Eric is 23%. Very nice, Eric. Over here, we have Marcela. Marcela is not here today. Letty already did almost 3 hours, but Letty, you are 3%. So, Letty, again, this is not about the time. Alticia ya no se mide en horas. El puntaje de Alticia se mide en función de que usted haya completado el 100%. Y vamos a hacer 4 cortes. El primer corte al 25%. Así que este 3 debe subir a 25 at least. All right. Okay, let me see another person. We have Claudia. Claudia is 20%. Very good. Por acá, Luis. Mr. Luis is 23. Very good. You already started well. Scarlett, you have 32 minutes and 17%. That is good. Wilson Serrano over here. Let me see. Wilson, 26. Excellent. Very good job with Alticia. Hillary, 41 minutes, but 0%, Hillary. We need to work on this. Okay, it's not the time, now it's the progress. Melissa, let me see Melissa. Melissa, 0%. So let's get to work on Alticia and Milena. Milena, you too, 17%, very good. Okay, so once you finish this activity, please don't forget to get started on Alticia and finish the other activities in Moodle that we have already done, right? Let me know if you have any concerns, any questions. If you're not comfortable with your grade, once again, you can do it again. Tienen 2 intentos para esta actividad. If you want to improve your grade, do it again. That's it. Okay, you have the chance to improve. Claudia, what are you doing? Are you still working on Moodle?
My finish.
You're already finished. All right,
Yes.
so please, I'm gonna need you to enter Alticia. Take advantage of this time so you can increase your progress.
Okay. Okay, teacher.
Very good. Scarlett, you too. What are you doing? Scarlett, I can't hear you. Scarlett, hello. Okay. Milena, you too. I need you to enter Alticia. Hilary,
Okay.
Hilary Toledo, you have 0%. I need you to start working in Alticia, please. Denise Alvarado, I don't know how this is possible, but it happened. Luis Nieto, you too. Please, working in Alticia, take advantage of the time.
Sí, mister, en eso sí.
Mister,
Yes.
¿podría verificar si ya actualizó Alticia?
Ver. Mhm. Who am I looking for? Who was talking?
Yo parece que vi mi nombre ahí, Luis Cabello.
Oh, Luis. Cabello Luis. No, you're not here, Luis. No. Tiene que escribirle al Mr. Alfonso, Luis. Mr. Alfonso es el otro administrador del grupo. Ahí escríbale y coméntale que usted no está en el grupo de Alticia del 5A.
Ok, mister.
Okay. All right, everybody.
Y
Thank you. Yes.
estoy yo ahí, estoy yo en la lista.
Who's talking?
Ah,
Daniel.
ajá.
Aquí está,
Ah,
Daniel Carrillo.
ok, sí, es que
Ahí
solo
está algo, mister.
Ah, no, wait. No, ya sé qué pasa. Usted se puede ver cuando se ve el acumulado de Alticia y eso incluye los módulos anteriores. Este es el importante, el que empezó ayer. Claro, ahí no está Daniel Carrillo tampoco. No está Carrillo, no está Cabello.
Mm, pero, o sea, yo ya salgo, o sea, mi altilla, el B1.1 ya tengo el 17%.
Sí, pero tengo que verlo yo desde mi usuario como profesor.
Ah, ok,
Entonces, eso tiene que pedirle a Mr. Alfonso para que lo ubique en el grupo.
ok.
¿Sí? Everybody, make sure you are in Alticia.
Mister, yo sí salgo, disculpe.
Pablo Mora. Mora. No, no está Mora.
Javier Elguero, profesor.
Elguero, no. It's in alphabetical order. It's easy to spot. If you're not here, I mean. Mhm. So guys, this is something that I don't solve. This is Mr. Alfonso's work. ¿Ok? Ya esta parte no me corresponde a mí resolver porque yo no tengo acceso a la configuración de la plataforma. Solo la uso al igual que ustedes. Entonces, escríbanle al Mister para que puedan resolver ese asunto. Okay, everyone else, thank you very much for being part of this session. And I hope to see you next week. Next week at the same time, next Thursday, 6 p.m. So have a great night. Have a great weekend. See you next class. Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, mister.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, Jocelyn.
Profe, buenas noches.
Yes, Denise, what happened?
Profe, el correo que usted me indicó que tenía que enviarle, disculpe, es que recién salgo de la lección. El correo que usted me dijo que tenía que enviarle, ¿a qué dirección le envío?
A mi correo.
¿Y su correo lo encuentro?
Normalmente lo encuentra en Moodle.
En el Moodle.
En el Moodle está mi correo, sí.
Deme un segundito, por favor. Disculpe que lo tenga hasta tarde. Ok, ya. Entonces le envío a usted y con copia al profe Alfonso.
No, no, solo a mí. Yo soy el que
Solo
marca las asistencias.
Ya, listo, ya. Gracias,
All
profe.
right, Denise.
Profe, otra consulta. Disculpe que lo tengo aquí atrasado. ¿Me puede indicar las actividades que hicieron hoy día, ahorita en la segunda parte de la...
Sí,
de la sesión?
completamos todas las actividades de el 8A, perdón, del 8A, del 1A Workbook y comenzamos con el 1B, perdón, no es 1B. Sí,
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 uno
correcto.
ve, uno ve
1B,
estudio.
capítulo 1B.
Todas las actividades del 1B, del
Correct.
estudio.
Yes.
Ok, profesor, muchas gracias.
All
Disculpe.
right, you're welcome. See you.